Hey y'all, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kristina and I am a member of Fredericksburg UMC. I'm coming to you from Boston, where I am a seminary student at Boston University School of Theology. As I've thought about and reflected about God's holy love and the ways in which God's love is shown, I can't help but think about the ways that FUMC has shown God's love for me while I've been away from home. In undergraduate, I got letters, care packages, and the occasional phone call, and these things haven't stopped since I've gone to seminary. There's a constant amount of love that I experience from my family and friends at FUMC. We know that holy love presented itself in a very different way than those who lined the streets and shouted, Hosanna, might have expected it. In John's account of Palm Sunday, we read that Jesus found a donkey and sat on it, for it was written, do not be afraid, daughter Zion, take your look, your king is coming, sitting on a donkey's colt, which is actually a reference to the Old Testament in Zechariah, where it reads, rejoice greatly, O daughter Zion, shout aloud, O daughter Jerusalem, lo, your king comes to you, triumphant and victorious is he, humble and riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey. God's holy love was being shown, but throughout the week, as we know, that would begin to look very different from the ways that we expected it. Pastor Josh named for us the ways in which God's holy love is shown in ways that we might not have expected holy love to manifest to us and through us. Who would have thought that getting vaccinated or wearing a mask would have been ways in which we were able to show others that they're loved? We see holy love manifested every week in the midst, even in the midst of a pandemic, in the sacrament of Holy Communion. We are reminded during the sacrament of the ways in which holy love was shown through the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. Thinking about the ways in which holy love looks different than we might expect it to, I want to share about a time that I experienced this. It was December 2017. I had just finished my third semester at Shenandoah University, and it was a particularly difficult semester for a multitude of reasons. Um, and as a means of doing something at the end of the semester that I knew was going to bring me joy, I went on a mission trip that was offered through the Office of Spiritual Life um, in Portsmouth, Virginia, and we painted a house for a week. And this house had been damaged in Hurricane Matthew. During this week, my best friend and I talked about how my semester went and how I was thinking about switching majors. And in our conversation, she recommended calling 21, which is the summer internship run through the Virginia Annual Conference office. I told her that I didn't want to work in a church setting, and she acknowledged that, but then said that the internship wasn't designed to be a stepping stone into ordained ministry. After thinking about it all week, I went home and filled out an application. And then I got accepted into the program, and then I quickly realized that I loved working in a church. So much so that when presented with the opportunity to be part of the leadership team for Calling 21 the next year, that I agreed to serve in another summer internship at another local church. For me, my call story, the way that I understand my call to ordained ministry, looks a lot like holy love. Completely unexpected, but somehow brings me the peace that surpasses all understanding. I hope that this Holy Week, you will take time to give thanks for the ways in which God's holy love looks different than you might expect it to. Peace and blessings.